what would be the 3 areas that you would recommend focusing on your business for planners who are short on time? So especially as a mom to another mom, we all know that you might only get a 15-minute window during pickup or an hour nap. So of course we want to focus on what's bringing our business money, but after a certain point, we still need to be working on the behind the scenes of our business and organizing and managing our team. If you had to pick the 3 areas, what would you say would be where someone should be focusing on their time, especially if they're a busy mom or busy dog mom or plant mom who are managing their time?
Yeah, that's so interesting. I think that you first have to really know for your business what it is that you're trying to achieve, because it's so different for all of us. I am a busy mom. I have 3 girls. My oldest daughter was 1 when we started our business, and now I have 3 kids and she's 17. And so I totally know what it's like to put on a movie, lock your door and try to do a consultation or talk to a couple. And I know what it's like to try to work during nap time. It's absolutely crazy. I think it still goes back to that same mentality, though, of knowing what's driving your business forward. I am an advocate of building a team. I think to scale, you have to build a team. I don't know how you scale otherwise, because your whole business is resting on your shoulders. And so a lot of times I think that we just get so in the weeds of just servicing clients. When you're so involved in the day-to-day of those weddings that you can't focus on selling or growth, your business will start to go backwards at some point. Now, that said, if your vision for your company is, I have little kids at home, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I would like to plan a handful of events a year because I love it, and I would like to make vacation money or sports money for our family. I have friends that have done that for 15 years. And I'm like, great. If that's what your vision is for your company, then that is how you should run your company, right? You should run it in a way that's like, I am good with making $15,000 a year, whatever it is, but know that and be okay with it. And then don't have imposter syndrome from coaches like me who is saying, oh, you need to be scaling to $500,000 and you need to have a team and blah, 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 because that's a different mentality. We always had a nanny in our house. We always had daycare involved. I wasn't a stay-at-home mom that also had a business. I was a business owner who also happened to be a mom. And I think that that's a very different mentality. So I think to answer that question, it really goes back to, what are you trying to achieve in your business? Because I have had moms come into my community before, into my paid community, and they really want just to understand how to make that, between $15,000 and $30,000 a year. They don't really want to scale beyond that. And I would say, I don't know that I'm the right coach for that, because that's not the mentality that I teach to, right? But I think it's wonderful. It's just that you need to understand what your desire is. If you are trying to scale, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, knowing your roles and your goals is the way I say it, is knowing if you're the CEO who's delegating the task or delegating the sales tasks or organizing the back end, and knowing your goals. Is it 15 grand? Is it 150 grand? And is that delegating to other people on your team? So I think that's really good advice for people to understand while they're approaching it. And also the comparison syndrome as well. I think we all get looped into it every day, whether we admit it or not. It's there.
We all get looped into it, no matter what stage of business you're in. And I think it's really interesting. I try very, very hard to let people know that if you're listening to me or really any educators that are at the place now where our businesses run somewhat on autopilot, that didn't happen overnight, right? I went through the years where I would cry in my living room all night long, stuffing invitations because I was so tired and I hadn't seen my kids and I was exhausted.
You missed those soccer practices.
And all the things, right? And that was a choice I made so that I could be here where I am now with my girls and not be working weddings anymore. Again, that kind of goes back to where are you in that mentality? And the other thing I would say too is know what you're willing to give up. There is sacrifice in building a business. If you say, I only want to work 15 hours a week, I'm a stay-at-home mom first, I'm there first, I'm PTA president, whatever, that's great. But then don't take on more business than is going to be 15 hours a week, because that's when you start to get in that chaos mode. Don't say, I'm going to make 6 figures and I'm only going to work 15 hours a week. That doesn't really compute. And so you're going to be at this constant battle with yourself of either I'm a bad mom or I'm a bad business owner. Set realistic expectations for what you want your life to look like. And then you can always change in the seasons. We've been through so many seasons now, having almost a 17-year-old. I feel like every season looked so different. Now we don't have babysitters or nannies anywhere, right? Because they're old enough to do their own thing. But yeah.
Now she's old enough to pick you up from places.
Oh my gosh, all the time. We're like, can you run this errand? Can you run this errand?
I love that. I love that. I think that is great advice. And I think my audience will definitely find that valuable. I've got a variety of people who are stay-at-home moms making that extra 30. And then I've got the CEOs who just happen to have kids. So I think they'll have to take that with a grain of salt and see where they want to go.